Disney logo that gets in and out in 13 seconds. It's hard to believe it ever existed. The sin is for how hard it is to remember it existing. FYI. Ooh, it's a Rorschach test. I see a poodle. Mulan rips off the LOTR movies before those movies are even in development. I guess they technically ripped off the LOTR books. In case the glowing yellow eyes, dark hood, and asshole bird confuse you, this guy has fangs. This is for sure the bad guy cliché.
The Huns have crossed our northern border.
Impossible! No one can get through the Great Wall!
Not believing what you're told because of folklore.
Forgive me, Your Majesty, but I believe my troops can stop him.
A single grain of rice can tip the scale.
Even super inexperienced rice that might get others killed through naivete or incompetence? Cox. As cute as it may be, tying a punctured feed bag to a hyperdog and letting him into the chicken yard is not an efficient way to feed your chickens, no matter how good it is for cartoon comedy. God damn, this horse saw our Sins video for Mary Poppins and said, "You think that's a fat horse? Check this out," because this is easily three horses smashed together like deli turkey breasts sitting atop 2 pairs of regular-ass horse legs. This horse is thick with a capital damn.
Honorable ancestors, please help Mulan impress the matchmaker today.
See, this is why you have to be careful what you ask for. Technically, Mulan makes a huge impression on the matchmaker. A terrible, horrible, no good one. Her father should have been more specific. I mean, yes, this is a cartoon, and that is super unrealistic in many ways, but these human-powered carts are traveling at a blistering speed.
Of all days to be late. I should have prayed to the ancestors for luck.
It wouldn't have helped. Grandma survives this.
I'm here.
Me and my triple wide horse are here. The lyrics here are, we're going to turn this sow's ear into a silk purse. And rather than be offended on Mulan's behalf, I'm going to applaud anyone who can turn an ear into a silk purse. That is some next level Rumpelstiltskin right there. This entire song and segment is about making Mulan pretty enough for men. And while the movie ultimately is going to defy this ideology, I'm still singing this super sexist song for existing. As these women sing, I can't help but wonder how dressmaker Lolly Lou is keeping those pins in her mouth. She's pierced her lips, hasn't she?
An apple for serenity.
Serenity? More like sinrenity, am I right?
Too skinny.
Body shaming.
Put it out! Put it out! Put it out!
Mulan throws piping hot liquid on the matchmaker's face and somehow puts out the fire on her ass.
You may look like a bride, but you will never bring your family honor.
How can they trust this important stuff to someone that is so easily biased? Also, this is like trusting a bunch of rich white dudes to pick the next pope. I mean, damn, that is one amazing makeup wipe. Does Mulan know how much money she could make if she marketed this? One swipe makeup remover. So powerful, so advanced that the makeup is Mulan. She sings, "When Will My Reflection Show?" while her reflection is showing in about 9 of these tombstone 10 commandment stones.
You would do well to teach your daughter to hold her tongue in a man's presence.
Mulan, you dishonor me.
Bad lessons. This is where she chose to sleep during a rainstorm.
You must go after her. She could be killed.
If I reveal her, she will be.
Well, that seems convenient, at least for story purposes.
Ancestors, hear our prayer. Watch over Mulan.
They sure trust in these ancestors, and so far, I gotta say, they've not done much. I mean, I think Mulan is pretty great. Jumps on posts and supports T well, which I can relate to. But I'm getting the vibe that she's basically a up in her society, and her ancestors would know that. So what is their motivation for helping her? Also, it seems like one of Mulan's biggest issues is that her grandmother is sort of enabling her. She's the reason for the wacky cricket, and for encouraging Mulan to climb the roof and overhear the talk of war. Maybe the ancestors should formally accept Grandma into their ghostly ranks, and then everyone would be better off. What? I just said what everyone's thinking. No one will be seen during the scene where a bunch of ghosts argue over who owns the rights to Mulan.
Your misguidance led Farthane to disaster.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, now I have questions. If the ghosts of the ancestors show the gory way in which they died, does that mean that Mr. No-Head here is the only family member to die a tragic death? Everyone else seems whole and elderly. Surely someone died in a funky way, and I demand to see a ghost who choked on the dumpling. So they send the tiny real dragon to wake up the giant stone dragon, and this goes on for some time.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Is this happening on our plane of existence? If so, shouldn't the family be able to hear all the ruckus?
I'm the great stone dragon.
This works.
Ah, my elbow.
Your elbow? Not the rest of you that appears to be crushed beneath this massive stone, but the bit of you that seems to have been spared? Makes sense.
I make Mulan walk here on down, begging me to come back to work. That's the master plan. Oh, you done it now, man.
Jiminy Cricket, this is some expositional bull. This this eagle isn't saving all the heroes right now. Because how would we know it's a bad guy if the bad guy's horse didn't have fangs? This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
By building his wall, he challenged my strength.
This is the global politics version of she blocked me on Twitter, so she must want me to keep pursuing her.
Who am I fooling?
I mean, you haven't met anyone yet, so technically nobody. But with zero effort to fool anyone yet, your discouragement over the ruse is premature.
Because if the army finds out you're a girl, the penalty is death.
That's racist.
My eyes can see straight through your armor. Oh! All right, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family.
I'm sorry.
Making the victim apologize for your inappropriate behavior.
They're disgusting.
Men, in general, are not disgusting, but this chopstick flick fest is absolutely f***ing nasty.
Punch him is how men say hello. Oh, yow. You made a friend.
The girls in the audience maybe think girl power, but boys in the audience are getting all sorts of f***ed up messages on this one.
I will take the main troops up to the Tung Shao Pass and stop Shan Yu before he destroys this village.
He will not.
Soldiers!
He started it.
How did they coordinate that?
You know how it is when you get those manly urges and you just gotta kill something.
This is almost as sexist as the movie's main message is anti-sexist.
I've got a name. And it's a boy's name, too.
Super giant red flag is basically not noticed by anyone that should have noticed it. Spitting.
Look, you get porridge, and it's happy to see you.
But also 2 eggs and a nice strip of bacon. You buried the lead. Force feeding. He sings, Mr. I'll make a man out of you, and good luck. Hunky Guy sings, once you find your center, you are sure to win. And that's some bull. Mushu is a filthy cheater. Cool 3-week training montage, but how did she manage to conceal peeing or being on her menstruation cycle? And sure, maybe she was training in that perfect window of time where she didn't have to worry about her period. But I have it on good authority that periods tend to start at the worst time. So for sure, she would have started and it would have been just as she kicks him in the face. Shan Yu is addicted to trees.
White horsehair. Imperial stallions.
Or an elderly person? A white goat? Bruce Almighty Moon in the house, y'all.
Stand watch, Mushu, while I blow our secret with my stupid girly habits.
Hygiene.
Okay, first of all, that's sexist. Second of all, since when is hygiene a girly thing as opposed to cleanliness thing? What is the deal with heart boxers in a Disney movie? Would any of these men really have this iconography on their underpants? Not likely. I hope Raja bites the writers on their way out of the writing room.
Boy, that was close.
No. That was vile.
You just poo-pooed hygiene, though, dog.
I never want to see a naked man again.
My college girlfriend said the same thing to me after our first time, but she was being sarcastic, right? We're supposed to be annoyed by this guy, but consider this. He stood like this for hours while this portrait was painted just so he could have the fanboy moment captured for all time. That is dedication on a nerd level we should all appreciate.
This is the army. Make it sound more urgent, please. You know what I'm talking about?
Why don't you just tell the bug what to write? Also, I thought Mushu was just going to change the dude's report to reflect that the trainees were ready, but he full-on orders them to war with a forged document, and that seems serious.
Urgent news from the general.
Somehow, in the time it took Chifu to walk to the water and be rejected by the bathing men, Mushu and Kriki found a panda to tame, armor to stuff in bamboo, intricate enough to animate the arms and hands of their puppet. Or should I say, this works. They go directly from the order to join them in the battle to a song that opens with lyrics about how they've been on the road for so long they feel like tired cattle, and that's jarring. They sing, "What do we want? A girl worth fighting for," and this is one of the most sexist Disney songs ever, except maybe that one about sin and f***ing and Hunchback. I mean, I understand that we need to move the story along, but this Chien Po character straight up rolled a natural 20 on a perception check to spot the dead general, and another one a athletics check to beeline to his corpse and retrieve the helmet for Li Shang in such a short amount of time. Or so I'm told. As she goes to place the doll in the snow, and the army moves to race and protect the Imperial City, I have to wonder why no one shed a single tear over the total decimation of the entire Imperial Army, including the captain's father. Some sad music played, they all stared, but no one actually got sad, and it troubles me deeply. There were a lot more people in the fighting montage, so where exactly are all those men? These are the most conveniently stormtrooper-like arrows ever. Mushu is a god. Well, the Huns have the high ground, so I hope your heroes peace out and live to fight another day just like Anakin did.
Aim the cannon at Shan Yu.
The single general way out in front, so that when you miss him, the cannon shot will have been completely wasted. It's genius!
Mulan! Man, you are one lucky bug.
No f***ing. This movie's working title was Luck All Around. How the f do you swim out of an avalanche on horseback? This is some kind of all-timer insult to science right here. Jesus H. Benjamin, Fancy Pants McGee. That isn't water. Jesus, Mulan is f***ing strong. She just one-armed Li Shang out of the snow to her horse without ***ing her pants or popping a toot. Impossible.
No way we survived this!
And yet they do. Despite the 1,500 pounds of people and animal hanging off an arrow and goddamn rope, they survived this.
You're king of the mountain!
This gives me flashbacks. In elementary school, King of the Mountain was a game we played outside at recess, where the goal was basically to claw, gouge, and puncture your way to the top of a heap of other students. I lost so often I became known as the basement of the mountain.
He's wounded! Get help!
Get help from who? They're on an avalanche mountain. The f*** is this magical medical tent appearing out of nowhere?
A woman!
Treacherous snake.
Those things are not synonymous, even in these ancient times. Where the f*** did that cricket find sticks? I guess the joke is that the resources are so slim the fire has to be tiny, but I don't think even that fire would last 10 seconds in a windy winter environment like this. And yes, it goes out soon, but only after Mushu literally touches the fire with his dumpling on a stick, basically snuffing the flame with the food. Also, eat the horse, y'all, or at least the dragon.
So when I looked in the mirror, I'd see someone worthwhile.
Well, no one gets to do that, except Joel Osteen. Some movie steals the character yells so loud that other characters miles away hear it. Cliche from The Princess Bride. Wait, that yell caused all the Hun warriors to be able to come back to life and climb out of the snow? If magic is being used, I wish it would be explained.
Did you see those Huns? They popped out of the snow! Like daisies!
Mushu would be fabulous at CinemaSins.
Make way for the heroes of China!
Make way for Prince Ali.
The Huns are alive. They're in the city.
You don't belong here, Mulan.
But did you hear what she said?
My children!
They cannot hear you, dude, but go on with your Emperor self. Trojan Dragon.
No! Come on!
Yes, why leap into action at any point before this moment? A hawk carried a sword to your nemesis before a brood of baddies busted out of a dragon and scooped the Emperor, but you just stay there frozen in place until someone yells, "Come on!" The Huns dragged the Emperor into the castle and closed the doors instead of, killing him.
They'll never reach the Emperor in time.
Yeah, you better go get them. Find costumes that fit perfectly, apply makeup, and be sure the scarves will bear your weight as you scale the columns, because this will be much faster than battering down a door with a massive statue.
Your walls and armies have fallen, and now it's your turn.
Oh, I guess they want to kill him publicly to make everyone sad? Do they need to do this to hold power here? Why couldn't they have killed him down on the ground floor, put his head on a spike, and called it a day? The director said, let's have a partially eaten apple fall out of this cross-dressing warrior's crotch. It will waste time and make everyone feel like an asshole.
Bow to me!
Now you want him to bow to you? Up here? With no one looking? This guy has weird f***ing goals, man. I thought he was just going to behead the Emperor on the balcony and let his head fall down into the crowd, but now we've shifted back indoors for a more personal...
On the roof! Look!
Oh, happy eyesight fairy galore.
Ready, Mushu?
Mulan disarmed the villain and has a sword to his throat, but turns to a haphazard dragon to blast him with a firework. Slice the man open, Mulan. Be a f***ing man about it. Am I doing this right? This man tore through the ceiling beams, rafters, and tiles to get to the roof, but he can't tear his cloak to escape a goddamn firework? Convenient lantern zipline is convenient as f***.
You are a lucky bug.
Oh, eat my balls.
Very well. You can have his job.
What?
Character faints after hearing something shocking cliche.
With all due respect, Your Excellency, I think I've been away from home long enough.
Yeah, because I wanted to show the world who I was on the inside, a bright and brilliant strategist with courage and strength. But now that I'm all the way here, I think I want to go home and conform to societal expectation. You know, send a real positive message to the young women out there that it's okay to dream, but once you get out in the world and it gets hard and scary, that it's just a better idea to stay home and marry the first man that pays you any goddamn attention.
I brought you the sword of Shan Yu and the crest of the Emperor.
Trying to please your parents.